All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the great millstone, and Sausage Brothers doing this thing in sincerity, in truth, and with charity. Firstly, Yahweh's name, Heavenly Father. Yahweh is the Father. Bahasham is in the name. Ba'in Hada Sham name. Yahweh Shai is the name of the only begotten Son. And Racha Kwadash means Holy Spirit, literally translated Spirit Holy. Racha, Spirit, Kwadash, Holy. And America is through, is weak. The US dollar's weak. So what could that possibly mean? War. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So, I guess I'll play the clip, but really I want to get this comment.
Is blasting the United States for shooting down a Chinese balloon. On Saturday, a U.S. military jet fired a missile at it off the South Carolina coast, but not before it floated over sensitive military sites across the country for a week. Republican critics say the Biden administration should have acted sooner.
I think this entire episode telegraphed weakness to Xi and the Chinese government.
This is part of a broad campaign to extract as much data and information as the Chinese Communist Party can to gain an advantage over us.
Senior Biden administration officials argued that closely observing the balloon allowed the U.S. to better understand the Chinese program and that similar Chinese spy balloons have entered U.S. airspace before. The Senate is expected to receive a classified briefing next week.
That shit weak, nigga. The fact they call it a spy balloon, you allowing these motherfuckers to spy on you, that shit weak. So this is the comment right here. The balloon flew across the entire U.S. collecting data. The balloon done its job, and America just bent over and let it happen. This is the American people, acknowledging and recognizing the weakness of America. Disgusting. We have no balls. We are supposed to be number one. I guess that was a long time ago. Explanation point. I guess that was a long time ago. Well, they say for the sake of the country, sometimes a few eggs need to get broken. They like, you should just pop that shit down. Fuck where it land for the sake of the country. But if the American people see your weakness, which they drunk off democracy and the American way, how much more these other nations, which are waiting to pounce and will do just that. All right, the other nations will do just that, man. But this is you know what? This is Isaiah 14 and 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. So this is talking about the ruler of Babylon, right? And the city of Babylon. Not ancient Babylon, but the modern mystery Babylon. The daughter of Babylon, which is Edom. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Hey, really, this is the beginning. The fact is, they standing up talking shit against America. They doing what the hell they want to do. They making threats against America. Unheard of shit. All right? Not giving a shit about your sanctions. Other countries still doing business with sanctioned countries, not giving a hell about the consequences that come from America. They're done with you. And this is the beginning, because he's going to lead to actual war, man. But this is your end. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. The world is going to rejoice when you fall. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. World War III is inevitable. All right? World War III is inevitable. That's the Lord's plan. This is Zephaniah. Might as well hit this. You know, it's one of my favorites, actually, because this is how this place goes down, man. Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So this is how you go down. It ends in this great world battle. All right? But in the process of that battle happening, what the kings are going, these other nations are going to rise up against thee. These other nations are going to become strong. But not only do these other nations become strong because they increase their weaponry, like it says in Joel, America becomes weak. Weak military-wise, weak financially, just weak. All right, that golden city not looking so golden anymore, man. All they shall speak insanity. Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? So the heathens, these kings that's rising up, you know, they're watching you become weak. Like that guy say, we're supposed to be number one. Guess that was a long time ago. Hey, America, hey, this brick shit, America wouldn't allow this 20 years ago. They would have figured out a way to do some shit to thwart it. They killed leaders for just trying to unite and get gold reserves together and shit like that. Yet they ain't saying a peep about the BRICS nations. They ain't even really got to say so on what China's doing with the building up of Africa so they can profit off of it. Well, it's not really building up, but setting shit in place so they can profit off of it. America's been greedy for a long time and been beating people ass into submission. But not no more. They weak. America went, hey, they made a whole movie. What is it, American World Force or whatever it's called? You know? This is something else. I want to go back to Google, but look at this. Crypto exchange Binance will suspend U.S. dollar transfers. This is for foreign countries, not in the U.S. They taking you off being able to buy crypto and withdraw and deposit with the U.S. dollar on Binance, man, in these foreign countries. The dollar is through, which makes America through. You helped get these nations rich. They tolerated your shit. But at the end of the day, you put them all in debt. The richest, see, on every bill it says this is a debt. This is tender for debt. So when you get rich and you have debt notes, you have debt. But I want to look for this. Strength and readiness of U.S. military is failing at all-time low. Gold figure. Very weak. Then it says the Marine Corps and nuclear is still strong. Well, your nukes, you American, you got nukes, but all the nations got it. That's why they saying they're strong. All right, but you are weak. Overall, weak. This is bullshit. Biden's excelling leadership. Get the hell out of here. But you're weak, man. This is back in Isaiah 14 and 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is, hey, that American pride ain't the same. The spirit of Egypt is failing. And it's bringing division. You got the left versus the right going crazy. They just going crazy at each other, man. Going crazy, bro. That American spirit, that American pride is done. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. That's what you call when you decaying. And literally, America's infrastructure is through. Toast. All right? But also, economically, look, to get to a new currency, the current one has to fall or be taken out of the way. So it was a smooth it was a smoother transition going from gold to silver to the fiat. It did have its dips. You know, the depression played its role in that, you know. But they was already using paper currency, so it didn't change much to take the gold out the way, to take the silver out the way. They already had the paper. This is something totally different. The dollar will cease to exist. They're going to have a digital currency. A central bank digital currency that's supposed to mesh worldwide. What do we see happening worldwide? Trending. These countries are getting rid of the U.S. dollar, which is the sign of your weakness, the sign of your fall, and the sign of World War III coming. And the sign of World War III coming. Look at this. Shooting yourself in the foot. Visa offers restaurants $10,000 if they stop accepting cash. They're calling it the Visa Cashless Challenge. Now, I didn't fact check this. In fact, I can do it now. It says 2018. They end up going back to cash a week after. They left out a lot of customers. Yeah, and that's 2018. And that was before the major push for this right here. Let's click on news. Bank of England Treasury think UK is likely to need digital currency. UK is likely to need digital currency. China doles out millions in digital yuan and bid to boost adoption. Ripple seeking blockchain engineer for CBDC related projects. India accepting CBDC. CBDC currency, how money could be redesigned. Digital Dollar Project urges U.S. to take action on CBDC development. Can Ripple XRP serve CBDCs for billions of people worldwide? It's official. The United States is developing a bank-to-bank digital currency. So this is what's happening. 2018, they pushed for that cashless thing. All right, but this has been part of their plan for the longest because this is what's written. Because this is what's written. So digital currency will be the new wave. This revelation. How can you not see it? What's trending? What's happening in the world? We're set up to be watchmen, so we watching what's happening. The prophecies say what they say, and we see these things happening in the world. This Revelation 13 and 16. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to everybody, to receive a mark, a charagma, all right? Something put in their skin physically. That's what that word charagma goes into. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save, which means except, he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. So you won't be able to buy or sell without having this, without having the name or the number or this mark. Here is wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man. His number is 636. And when you go into this number 636, one of the six is the word there is. Let me get it. I'll just go switch apps. It's all good. I'll come back to the James 5, Lord willing. Come back to it. Chi Psi Stigma, right? Stigma means a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. So it's the same thing. It's talking about the same thing. This physical thing being put in you that allows you to buy and sell. Period. A mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander branded or pricked into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. To stick, i.e. prick, a mark incised or punched. So that's what it boils down to. To receive this mark is to receive this physical thing put in you that allows you to buy and sell. Which means the world is going digital. Which was already said through the Spirit and taught. And now we're seeing it to act out in real life. We see it coming to pass in real, live and living color. Which is only going to bring Esau's destruction, man. He's destroying himself. He's walking himself into the pit. All right, he's walking himself into the pit. But let's get this James 5, man. We see their money going out the window. James 5:1. They becoming weak. On every level, man. You let a spy balloon go through the land. That's crazy. And then they call it a spy balloon. Yeah, the nation see this, man. World War III is coming soon. Go to now, you rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you. And we know that they don't use gold and silver anymore. All right, so their proverbial gold and silver, the currency they use, is old, it's decaying. It's over with. That's why, hey, That's why they saying a recession. Really, they just doing a good job of holding things back or postponing the inevitable, so to say. As the scriptures tell us, victory shall be so good cheap on earth, they think themselves to be in good case. Meanwhile, evil shall increase in the earth. All right. So Esau's been doing a lot of throwing his staff down to turn into a serpent. You know, to try to outdo and match the plagues that the Lord are bringing. You know, so he's seeming like he's slowing down the fall of this dollar, but he's not. All right, the dollar's through. People out here are fucked up and hurt, and it just ain't affecting the masses yet. All right, it just ain't affecting everybody yet. These motherfuckers are hurt. That's why theft is fucking increasing like crazy right now. These people are broke. Because the economy's through. Different countries getting rid of the American debt that they bought. Oh, which is the other video? Duh. That was supposed to be the buffer into that.
Eric Peters, who's a CIO at One. So let me share an article or just a headline real quick with you. Eric Peters, who's a CIO at One River Asset Management, and just the title caught my attention because it also plays into a counter narrative to what we're being sold by the mainstream media. It says hedge funds CIO, China's helium balloon is a distraction. The real risks are off the radar. And so I'm thinking like, okay, we have someone in the financial realm talking about distractions. This China balloon is a distraction. I'm like, oh, okay, I can work with this. Let me see where he's going with this. So, but he just lists some of what should be of greater concerns to people outside of all the stuff that's being thrown in our face. He talked about Jerome Powell's recent quarter-point hike and all the issues that the Federal Reserve has gotten the world into. And ultimately, to sum this up, overall, he's just talking about how, but the much larger object floating overhead is the Federal Reserve unfathomable, bloated balance sheet, which is both impossible to photograph and even more difficult to explain to the nation's distracted citizenry. Eric Peters, who's
so the real balloon to pop is gonna be this damn debt. All right, it's gonna be this damn debt. Like he said, the world has gotten big with it, man. Because the world is in debt now thanks to this. They all got central banks. They all use the U.S. dollar for their deals. They bought American debt. Just a fucked up situation for them, right? But this is James 5:3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped treasure together for the last days. So what's coming with the decaying of their money? All right, them been eating with fire, man, which is war. This is Revelation 17:16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire, which is going to EU. All right, so even, American allies are going to turn against it, but it said what's going to happen? They're going to burn it with fire. All right? For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. So this place has always had bounds that couldn't pass. And now we seeing this shit crumble. Debt is at an all-time high. America's weak. Earthquakes are fucking happening across the world. This shit is over with, man. What's left? World War III. This is Habakkuk 2. We see them gearing up to go to the next step with digital currency that ushers in the chip. This is happening. Habakkuk 2:6. Should not all these, the nations, should not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that's what you've done. You've robbed the world, forced the world to get on this same thick clay as you, which is Ibadiat, weight of pledges, heavy debts. All right? I don't even understand how you convince somebody to buy your debt. Let me ask Google. This is crazy. China buys treasuries to help depress the value of its currency, the yuan. A cheaper yuan makes the country's exports less expensive for foreign buyers. This system is rigged and filled with confusion. They lower their currency so they can sell more goods. Buying somebody else's debt to lower their own currency to sell more goods. Which therefore will make the money you do bring in worth less than what it could be. So you selling more, but you ain't getting. Hey, look, this shit is demonic. To help generate jobs. Yeah, the people are just the batteries. Yeah, keep that in mind. China focuses on export-led growth to help generate jobs, because that makes the economy going. If there's jobs, there's people working, there's people bringing money, there's people spending money. This is crazy. They buy the debt because it's supposed to be a safe investment, but it's debt. A safe asset. Let me type this. Oh shit. Alright, nobody in the info popped up. There are several good reasons that China buys U.S. treasuries. First, treasuries are among the world's safest assets, making them secure and stable. Second, the U.S. dollar remains the world's reserve currency in international trade, so it allows the Chinese central bank to effectively hold dollar-denominated assets. See, yeah, this is why these people are gonna be mad, man. They all tied into the U.S. dollar because the central banks are run by the same people, man. No matter if you in China or fucking Australia, the same people control the central banks. All right, and that's the people behind the scenes that run America. All right, the Israelis, man. That's why America's Babylon is called the beauty of the Chaldees. There's people behind the scenes running the Chaldeans, the wise men. But Chinese companies and their workers need to be paid in local currency. Let me read this whole paragraph. Most importantly, though, is that China receives a surplus of U.S. dollars due to the trade imbalance between the two countries, where China exports more than the U.S. than imports. So all these exports are being purchased by the U.S. dollar. All right. But Chinese companies and their workers need to be paid in local currency, the yuan. As a result, the Chinese banking system must convert dollars with the central bank, which must then do something with them. The central bank then uses the dollars to purchase treasuries, which earn a stable return. No, which makes it look like the American economy is fucking thriving. This shit is a big ass scam. A big ass scam. Geopolitical realities and economic dependencies often lead to interesting situations in the global arena. China's continued purchase of U.S. debt is one such interesting scenario. It continues to raise concern about the U.S. becoming a net debtor nation. That's all. That's what it is. All right. Which in turn put these other countries in debt because you're holding a bunch of debt, man. So this is back in Habakkuk 2 and 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? And thou shalt be for booties unto them. These nations are going to turn on this place. Once they realize how fucked they are, the central banking system fucked them over. All this is it's just over with, man. All right, so you got to export goods. That's a revelation. Who will buy our goods anymore? You got to export your goods. But at the cost of being tied to another country's debt. And ever increasing debt. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and of all that dwell therein. So you're toast. These nations are going to take revenge on you, America. And you're weak. All right? And your rule over the world with your currency is going out the window, and you're destroying yourself by it, by the way. All right? Switching over from what make you great, which is the dollar, which what makes these countries still have to deal with you because they're tied into your damn debt system. But you're finna get rid of your power. You idiot. This is Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. They have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. So you're destroying yourself, man. Good riddance. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So there will be a type of economic collapse, you know, on some level, which is going to be part of this war. And Esau's answer is going to be this digital currency, which is going to be your destruction. You know, so with that, hope it's edifying. All praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, Els Great Millstone. And Sausage Brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. Shalom, wa ba ba ba.